What's up, guys? This is Chuck from Showstoppers USA, and we're here at Burbank headquarters, and the number one question I get pretty much every call is, how much do these wheels weigh? So what we're going to do is come in the showroom, we're going to weigh everything in there and show you exactly how much your favorite wheel weighs. Come on in. Actually, hold on. Before we go there, this is our Land Cruiser LC250. We're rocking the Advan GTs and 17s, and this is a forged wheel, very lightweight. And this is how I explain it best. If we're going bowling, if I take a 20-pound ball, which is probably one of the heaviest bowling balls ever, try to throw it down the lane, it's gonna take a lot of force for me to throw it down. Now, if you replace that with a 10-pound ball, and I throw that same 10-pound ball, it's gonna be way easier for me to throw it at the same speed. Same thing with your car, your engine, and your wheels. Your engine is gonna power this, make all four wheels turn. The lighter it is, the more responsive it's gonna be to when you hit the gas. The less your engine it's gonna take to spin a lighter wheel versus a heavier wheel. So that pretty much is why you would want a lighter wheel on your truck. So now come on in, let's go weigh some wheels. So welcome to Showstoppers in Burbank, California. This is our main headquarters, and we have a lot of JDM wheels in stock, mostly trucks. We're gonna measure them all and get you a feel of how much your favorite wheel weighs. All right, so now we're gonna start off with all the cast version wheels. Now we're gonna really focus on the Japanese wheels, so we're not gonna do any of the American stuff or the Chinese stuff I don't like. But yeah, so this is, well, you're gonna see the backside of this because this is a 28.15 pound wheel. Now, 28 pounds for a cast, pretty heavy. Yeah, that's almost stock wheel weight. So again, you get what you pay for. The Japanese know how to make them light and make them really strong. This is also not JWLT tested nor approved. It might pass, but then again, as you can see, the weight's significantly higher. So now we're gonna go through all the other cast versions from Rays and Work and SSR, Bradley, so on and so forth. So our first set of wheels we're gonna try is this is the WEDS Hozspec 2, made in Japan by WEDS Engineering. And this is a 17 by 8.5. So again, when I'm weighing these, pay attention to the width and what I say. 8.5 is mostly what we're gonna do, but sometimes they get wider at 9. That means it's gonna weigh a little more because it took a little more material. But for the most part, we're gonna show you what the difference is between cast. These WEDS are cast. We got TEs and forged, and we're gonna differentiate between both and show you what each weighs. So we start off with the WEDS Hozspec 2. This is 17 8.5 again. And this comes in at a 22.25 pounds. So for a cast version, this is ultimately very good. In weight, it's very light for a cast wheel. And in comparison, this is the 18 by 9 WEDS TC105. And this comes in at 23.9 pounds. So for an 18-inch wheel, that's fairly light for a cast version wheel. So next up on the chopping block, this is Work Wheels Japan. This is their Meister S1 SUV wheel, featured in both 17 and 18. Then this is a cast version. This first one is 17 by 8 and at a cast weight of 25.25 pounds per wheel. This is 17 by 8 Workmeister S1 SUV. So this is the Work S1 SUV 18 by 9, 18 offset, and again, 28.25 pounds per wheel. Also in the Rays off-road line, this is the M8 from Rays. Now this is not forged, but cast. So the weight is 26.25 pounds. Again, this is 17 8.5 cast Rays M8. This is the Rays off-road line. And this is the Advan GT 20.05 pounds. This is 17 8.5. This is in machine polish This is Machine Racing Hyper Black, one of the ultimate wheels out right now for the truck, fully forged from Advan. This is the SSR Professor SP1 Trail, the brand new wheel out for this year, and this is 17 8.5 -10, and this is a cast version from SSR. This runs 26.4 pounds. And this is the SSR Divide wheels. This is an 18 8.5 and weighing in at 25 pounds exactly. This is a cast version wheel, also from SSR, releasing soon. So now this is the Graham-Lights 57 DR HD. Now this is for the heavy duty trucks, 6x139, more meant for the American trucks. And this comes in at a whopping 30.3 pounds, but the reason for that is they actually had to add extra material because they wanted it to crush test at 2,600 pounds per corner. So this is meant to take the heavy duty American trucks, the Silverados, the 1500s, whatever it can fit. Okay, and now we're at the Bradley V section, and this is a Bradley 16x8.5 -30 offset, weighing in at 22.25 pounds. Bradley V, and this is the cast version of the wheel. This is the 18 8.5 plus 20 offset Land Cruiser spec, and the weight is 25.7 pounds. So also from Rays Engineering, this is the Graham-Lights 57 Trans X. Now this one is an 18x9 width, so 25.8 pounds per wheel. Graham-Lights 57 Trans X, and this is a cast wheel. So on to our next one. This is also from Rays. This is the Graham-Light series. Now these are cast wheels, and they are 17 8.5. Size-wise, come in black, arms gray, white, gold is what we got in stock here. We'll weigh the gold one, and it weighs in at 25.35 pounds. That's the Graham-Lights 57 DRX 17 8.5. So this is from Yokohama, and this is the Advan RGD2 17 8.5. Now, Yokohama has a special flow form casting process. So this is a cast wheel, but it's gonna be a little lighter than everything else. And as you can see from the scale, it's 22.15 pounds. So a little lighter than its counterpart 57 DRX or work wheels in the same cast because it's flow form cast. So what does forged mean? Let's focus on Rays wheels and their forging technology for a better understanding on how these are made. They start with a solid block of aluminum that goes through a 3-step forging system that applies up to 10,000 pounds of pressure and heat that can go up to 950 degrees Fahrenheit. Mold form forging is achieved, and now off to a heated precision shaping method of the wheel. This process includes heating up the wheel and a rapid cool down process, shape, then repeat. After precision diamond cutting and shaping, it then goes through its special paint process. Depending on which color would feature powder coating, blast finish, or diamond finish. Special primers and clear coats are used to ensure a premium lasting finish. Laser engraving finishes off the wheel with advanced wheel technology, or AMT. Rays Wheels aims to double all JWL minimum requirements and achieves it by doing a 1 million rotation test and also a crush test. All this results in the strongest wheel with the lightest weight possible. So now we did all the cast wheels. We're going to switch over to all the forged wheels that we have in stock, and this is starting with the ZE40X. Now this is 17x8 plus 20 offset Land Cruiser fitment, and this comes in at 19.05 pounds. Probably one of the lightest forged wheels out there right now. And the most popular spec, 17 8.5 T37XT. Now all of these are 17 8.5. The only difference is this is for a Raptor -3 offset. This is for the Toyotas -10 offset. This is for the newer Toyotas plus 15 offset. They're all 17 8.5, so they would all weigh the same. The only thing is, one has a bigger lip. This is the smaller lip with the 15 offset. This is a bigger lip with a -10 offset. And this is the medium lip with a -3 offset. So that's the only difference between all three. And here on the scale, we have the Diamond Silver T37XT coming in at 19 pounds. 17 8.5, 19 pounds. All of these are the same, 19 pounds. So you Tundra guys and your Land Cruiser guys, this is the 18 9.5 0 offset. 50150 T37XT. Full forge comes in at 21.15 pounds. And newer Tundra guys, this is the 18.915 offset, so it's half an inch less on the width, so it comes out a little less at 21.05 pounds. Now Ford Raptor 6x135 spec 18x9, this is the same size as the other one, but it weighs a pound more, so this comes out at 22.35. Reason being is they increased the load rating on this. Each wheel can take 2,600 pounds of force, to where the other one takes about 1,900 pounds of force. So they increased the weight just to handle the Raptor weight and test higher at a 2,600 pound crush rating. And this is the more iconic look of the T37, the OG, pretty much with the concave spokes. This is a T37 large PCD Progressive 2, and this is an 18x9 also. And as you can see, it weighs 19.5 pounds. This is probably one of the lightest wheels out in the market for either truck or car. And this is one of the newest styles out. This is T37 SB. This is an 18 by 8.5, meant for the Land Cruisers GX 550s. And this also weighs in, it is half an inch less. So the large PCD is actually weighs less, but they come in at the same weight at 19.5 pounds. T37 SB. And this is the TE37 Ultra Large PCD. This is a 29.5 zero offset forged wheel from Rays. This comes in at 25 pounds for a 20-inch wheel, and it's a 20 by 9.5, so pretty wide, really good weight for a 20-inch wheel. More from the Volk Racing TE37 XT. This is a 16 by 8, -20, 16 by 8 zero offset. Again, they'll be the same weight because of the width. 16 by 8, they're all the same, just again difference in lips. So the -20 would be a bigger lip, towards the zero offset would be a smaller lip. And the weight of these, 17.5 pounds per wheel. Volk Racing T37 XT forged. So now we're off to the Rays Off-Road forged line. Now this one is the ALAP 07X 18 by 9, and as you can see, it weighs 22 pounds. So again, still with the Rays Off-Road forged family. This is the 05X, and this is diamond cut finish, and it comes in at 18.9 pounds. This is the 17 8.5 version. I'll show you right now with a 17 by 9. They do offer a little wider spec for the older Toyotas. Get a little more poke on there, and that's 17 by 9. And as you can see, this is 20.05 pounds. So it's a little more than the 17 8.5, just because it's wider. Okay, and the Bradley V, this is the Takumi forge line. So this is a fully forged wheel. Picture here is a 16 by 8.5, and it comes in at 18.65 pounds for their 16-inch forged version. And more from the Bradley Takumi line. This is 17 8.5 forged version, and it's 19.3 pounds. 17 by 8.5 Takumi forged Bradley V. And now for Titan 7, this is the AK1 and 17 by 8.5. Now this is forged, different kind of forge than what the Japanese made. This is made in Thailand, and this is 21.6 pounds. So the purpose of going lighter weight wheels is to get these bigger tires on there, which weigh extremely heavier than your normal passenger tire. You're gonna have 35s, E-Class 10 ply versus 6 ply, 33s versus 35s. We're gonna kind of go and weigh them all and show you what they weigh and how they weigh together with a wheel. This one here is a 35 12.5 17, and it's a Falcon RT, and it's gonna weigh in at 74.85 pounds per tire. So next up is a 275 70/18, so that's gonna be, I believe, a little over 33-inch tire, and this one runs 58.75. This is the Falcon AT4. So next up, Falcon Wild Peak. We're gonna go back into the RT edition. This is a 285 70/17, so about a 33-inch tire. This weighs 64.3 pounds. So just for comparison, here's a JDM wheel. This is a cast version from SSR, installed in a Toyo Open Country RT. This tire size is 275/70/17, so right under a 33. And the total weight of the wheel and tire combo would be 76.4 pounds. That's around about what you're aiming for, what you want to be considered lightweight. So again, the higher the tire size goes, since we're going 35s, the tire alone will weigh about 75 pounds. With the wheel, depending which wheel you're at, about 100. So if you do a 17-inch, not too aggressive tire, you're gonna get into this weight zone, and again, about the 75-pound range. That's what you wanna aim for. You're gonna do 35s, it's gonna cost you. Go with a forged wheel to counter the weight of the tire. So now let's compare. This is the OEM wheel from my Land Cruiser, and this is an 18-inch wheel with a passenger tire on it. Now, the weight of this comes out to 67.85 pounds. This is actually going to be lighter than any aftermarket setup that we got going, but let me explain to you why. I'm going to weigh a forged wheel now and show you the difference. So total weight, now that we've weighed the stock OEM wheel, we're going to weigh this one, which is comparable in size and tire size, but in a forged version. As you can see, this one's going to come out at 73.6. Now, you're going to see it's going to be 5 pounds heavier than the stock wheel. So what's going on here? This is a forged wheel. The wheel itself is going to be a lighter weight than the actual wheel of the Toyota, the stock wheel of the Toyota. So now it's going to be easier to turn this for your car, because this is where it bolts on. This is what it's trying to turn. And since it's lighter, it's going to respond faster. Now, where the weight difference occurred is the actual tire. This is a 10-ply tire. This is also an off-road tire, versus the stock wheels or passenger tires. They're less ply, would be anywhere from 4 to 6 ply versus a 10-ply tire. So this is a tougher tire, a grippier tire, better response from this one due to the grip. And you counter with a forged wheel, which is lighter. And yes, overall it's 5 pounds heavier, but it's trying to turn something that's way lighter in the forged wheel and getting massive better grip and protection for off-roading, since it's a 10-ply. And that is the weight differential. So thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the video. We just wanted to point out why, whether cast or forged, you needed to go with a lighter weight wheel, with a more grippier, heavier tire, kind of get back into that zone to get your car running optimal. A grippier tire, lighter wheel, easier for your engine. I'm Chuck from Showstoppers. This is Showstoppers Burbank. Come and visit us, 171 West Magnolia. You can check our website, showstoppersusa.com. All our Instagram information is there. You can message us there or come and visit us here. Call us. We'll help you through and get you your perfect set of wheels.